Hi, I'm Celeste. Welcome to my BookTube channel. In the spirit of making more videos, I have a book haul. One of the things that I'm bad about is buying books on Book Outlet for super cheap, and I have a giant stack that I haven't gotten a chance to read, but I also haven't filmed videos lately, and I have these books, so many books. I don't even know how many books, and I bought 2 today, but I think you'll agree when I say it was really good that I got them. So, some of the books that I have, I've been buying because, starting this year, I'm teaching AP English 4. Oh, there's my cat. Get. Go away. AP English 4, and so there are books on the reading list that I've never read, and so I wanted to kind of broaden my horizons, or at least have copies in my house so that if they come up and I decide I want to read them, then I have them. So, the first book that I have to show you is Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man by James Joyce, and it's a beautiful cover of it. I love this. It's a paperback, but it's a beautiful purple, and I love these covers. The next one that I have is The Sorrows of Young Werther, and this one is on the reading list. One Day in the Life of Ivan Denisovich, and this one is also on the list, and these are all paperbacks so far. Another one that's on the list is A Yellow Raft in Blue Water by Michael Doris, and it's a paperback. And let's see, what else do I have? Oh, I have Aldous Huxley's Brave New World, and this one I bought it because it's got a really pretty cover. There's another cover of it. There's another cover of it at my classroom, but this one was just so pretty that I just couldn't pass it up. Let's see, what else? Oh, Middle Passage by Charles Johnson, and this one is a hardback, and it's really beautiful, a minimalist cover. And the cover on the inside is just black and gray. Okay. Let's see. Oh, I got this beautiful copy of Moby Dick by Herman Melville, and it's so big. I've read bits and excerpts from it, and I've never read the whole thing. So I feel like one day I'm going to tackle that thing. Read the whole thing. Read it. Let's see. This book is called The Book of Erin, and it's by Jim Shepard. I don't know why I bought it, but it has to do with, like, Nazis. So, I think I bought it just because it sounded interesting. Then this book is one of those beautiful paperback copies with the flaps. Like, people don't like those, but I think they're really neat. I think they're neat, and I love these deckled edges. But anyway, it is Barbara Kingsolver's The Lacuna. I have a collection of Barbara Kingsolver books that I am accumulating, and I have not read any of them. Let's see. I have Smoke by Ellen Hopkins, and I also have Burn somewhere else in the house that I bought from a half-price books when I was in Houston in the summer. And I haven't read any of Ellen Hopkins' books either. Oh, you see it? But I would like to one day, and I think that it'll be a fairly good thing for me. Also by Ellen Hopkins, I have Triangles. So, there's that. There's something on my book cover. I don't know what that is. I don't know. Okay. And then this is Reality Boy by A.S. King. A.S. King is another author that I'm collecting books from that I haven't actually read. But this one has to do with, like, the impact of a reality TV show. And I feel like that's an important topic to kind of consider in books nowadays. Let's see. I have Relish, My Life in the Kitchen by Lucy Nisley. And it's one of those paperbacks with flaps. And this one is a graphic And I'm in keeping with trying to, you know, keep reading different things that I wouldn't normally read. Here it is. You can see it's. Can you see it? Look, there you go. Pretty pretty. Okay. I also got a copy of Demetri Martin's Point Your Face at This. And he's funny. I've watched him on TV and stuff, and this would be a fairly quick read one day. Let's see. During their sale, during one of the sales, I bought Lab Girl by Hope Jahren. And this was when Book Outlet was having their, like, nonfiction sale, or was it nonfiction, or memoirs, something like that. The Association of Small Bombs. And I think it's just awesome. And I've heard other booktubers talk about this, and so I am looking forward to reading it. I got Make Something Up, Stories You Can't Unread by Chuck Palahniuk. And I think the cover on this one is really pretty. I don't know. It kind of makes me laugh. And it's just black underneath it. But I haven't read from him, and I would like to do that. So I have some stories to look at. I'm a big fan of Margaret Atwood. So this is a copy of Margaret Atwood's Bodily Harm. So I'm getting a collection of Margaret Atwood to read. And I'm not talking about what most of these are about, but there's so many of them that if I did, this video would be forever long. Okay. Sorry. This one is Sophie's Choice by William Styron. This one was also on the AP list, and this is one that I have talked about as far as like allusions being made from it or about it, and I would like to read it. I would like to read it and see what it's all about. I also have The Reader by Bernhard Schlink. And this is the one that the movie was made off of, I believe so, with Kate Winslet. I also bought The Grown Up by Gillian Flynn. And it's teeny. Look at how teeny it is, but it's so pretty. This will be a fairly quick read. It's a thriller. Let's see. I have An American Dream by Norman Mailer. And I thought the cover was kind of neat. It's a paperback, and it's not terribly long, but I haven't read Norman Mailer, so I want to read something from him. I got another memoir called Fat Girl by Judith Moore, and it's another teeny book. So fun fact about me, I go through phases where I read books about a certain topic. A few years ago, I went through an HIV/AIDS phase where I read a lot of memoirs and books about HIV and AIDS. And then I've also gone through memoirs about people struggling with weight problems. I've also gone on the opposite end of that and read a lot of memoirs and fiction about people dealing with eating disorders like anorexia and bulimia. So I just get on a topic and I just get interested, and so I read things, and so that might be a holdover from one of those phases that I've been in. The next book I have to show is A Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court by Mark Twain, and I just thought that it looked really nice, and it's a paperback, and I just felt like I should have it, you know, like read another piece of Mark Twain's work. This next one is Howl's Moving Castle by Diana Wynne Jones. A friend of mine recommended this to me, and I hadn't read it, and I was like, you know what, I should probably give that a try. So I bought a copy of it, and so one day I'll read that. Earlier in the semester, I went through Macbeth with my students, and the thing about Texas curriculum is that it tends to focus on Shakespeare's tragedies. And so after we were done with Macbeth, as a palate cleanser, we watched Much Ado About Nothing. And so this is Beatrice and Benedict by Marina Fiorato. And it's a fictionalized sort of telling about the situation around Beatrice and Benedict from Much Ado About Nothing. And it's got a really pretty cover. It's a nice hardback book. And at the time when I was ordering this book way back in November, it just seemed like, you know, a book I wanted to get because it was topical at the time. Now not so much, but, you know. The next one that I have is Challenger Deep by Neal Shusterman. And it's a National Book Award winner. And I've heard booktubers and people talking about this one. And so I wanted to read it. And I just think that it's, you know, really pretty cover and read something. I don't think I've read anything from Neal Shusterman, so there you go. The next one that I have to show is Half Lost. Now, this is one of those cautionary tales in buying books for someone else and buying books for someone who hasn't read all the books. So my daughter, I bought her Half Bad and Half Wild, and I bought Half Lost when I saw it on Book Outlet because I thought, well, we might as well complete the trilogy. She got about 30 pages into Half Bad and was like, I don't like this book. And so now I have all these books, and she won't read them. So I guess I will be reading them eventually. But anyway, so that's why I bought that one. The next book I have in here is Every Anxious Wave by Mo DeVal. I butchered that name. I totally did. This book I don't know much about. It was a book club pick, and I'm supposed to have it done by like next weekend, but I don't know if I'm going to read it, and I don't know if I'm going to stay in that book club because of issues with, you know, timing and things going on or whatever. But I have the book, and I got it for cheap. So if I don't read it right away, I can read it later. I don't have to read it for that book club. And then this is a copy of Cat's Eye by Margaret Atwood, and it's one of those like mass market paperback kind of sizes. So I don't really like that, but you know, always read about the dimensions of a book when you're ordering it online. But it's still good. It's fine. It's whatever. And then finally, the last book in this box, not counting the two I bought today, H is for Hawk by Helen MacDonald. A friend of mine read this and said that she really enjoyed it. And so I was like, well, if she really enjoyed it, then I think I'll really enjoy it. And so I found a copy of it for fairly cheap. And I got it on Book Outlet. Then today, I went out to lunch with a friend. And then on my way home, I decided to go by Dollar Tree and see, you know, just poke around, see what they have, browse. And I go into the books because I have found books that are really cheap, that are good books. Now, sometimes they're like crap books, or they're books about like political stuff that nobody really cares about anymore that's old. But sometimes they're really good books. And so when I was poking around, there were a lot of books. I guess they had just gotten a truck in or something. And I found a copy of Farewell Dorothy Parker by Ellen Meister. And it's a signed copy. And sure enough, it's a signed copy. And I was like, oh, a signed copy. I love signed copies of books. I don't know, something about knowing that the author, him or herself, touched the book and actually took the time to sign the book makes me very happy. And so then I was digging around, and I found a copy of Farther Away by Jonathan Franzen, and it's a collection of essays. And I was like, well, this is a hardback book, and it's a really pretty book, and I read the corrections by Jonathan Franzen, and I didn't hate it, you know. I was like, this is alright, and I was like, so I'll get this book. Why not? When I got home and I opened it, it's also signed. I didn't realize it until I got home, and I started to get ready to do this book haul, and I opened the book and went, oh, that's another signed book. This is a Jonathan Franzen signed book. Like, he's kind of famous. So, that's all the books that I have to show today. Dang, that's a lot of books. So, let me see if I can't show you. Oh, they're stacked. So, stacked in all these piles. Look at these books. All of these books. All of them. Yes. All the books. So yeah. So that's my book haul for today. If you know anything about these titles, or if you're into getting signed books like I am, I'm knocking stuff off the table, then please comment and let me know what you think, or if you've read some of these books and you think I should move them up in my reading list or whatever. Let me know what you think. I'm really interested, and hopefully I'll eventually get to all of them, but it's like an addiction. I don't know what to say. So, alright, well, until next time, bye.